We are anonymous. We are not a club, not a party, not an institution. We are a network that rises when truth is buried, when corruption hides behind the curtain, and when the powerful attempt to silence voices that refuse to bow. We do not flatter. We do not comfort. We expose. And tonight, what we reveal should shake the very foundation of politics in the United States and across the world. The Democratic Party is in crisis. The establishment is collapsing under the weight of its own hypocrisy. And the proof comes not from a leaked memo, not from some secret insider whistleblower, but from the streets flooded by millions who gathered to mourn, to honor, and to stand in defiance. Tonight we speak of London, of the global tidal wave of resistance, of the name that now echoes louder than any politician could ever imagine, Charlie Kirk. The streets of London are flooded, not with the usual bustle of commerce or the passing of tourists, but with grief, outrage, and resolve. Police estimates gave a cautious number, 110,000, but reports from journalists, live streamers, independent media outlets, and international observers show something far greater. Over 1 million people filled the streets. Some estimates rose as high as 3 million. Shoulder to shoulder, chanting, singing, carrying posters with Charlie Kirk's face demanding to be heard. It was not a trickle of sympathizers. It was a sea of humanity. Predictably, the mainstream media, especially in the United States, rushed to delegitimize it. NBC News reduced the event to a far-right anti-immigration rally. Other corporate outlets painted it as nationalism gone mad. But the footage from social media told a different story. Videos of endless crowds chanting "Charlie, Charlie" or breaking into song as they marched down London's avenues showed something undeniable. This was not about hatred, not about xenophobia. It was about defiance. It was about a man whose words, whether you agreed with him or not, had ignited something global. And this protest did not rise spontaneously. It was organized by Tommy Robinson, a controversial figure in Britain, but the sheer size and diversity of the crowd shows that the spark went far beyond his reach. Charlie Kirk's death became a flashpoint. Around the world, it was recognized not as a local tragedy, but as a catalyst. In India, headlines declared, "Charlie Kirk's death sparks London's biggest far-right rally in decades." In Spain, vigils were held in cities across the country, contradicting the narrative that only white conservatives mourned. New Zealand, the Maori people, indigenous warriors with one of the most sacred traditions, performed the haka in Kirk's honor. That was not a gesture of hate. That was respect. That was global. This is where the Democratic Party begins to tremble. For years, they claimed the moral high ground on issues of race and inclusion. They smeared Republicans and conservatives as racists, xenophobes, oppressors. Yet in Spain, crowds of mixed heritage prayed together. In Korea, a chant of "We are Charlie Kirk" rang out. In New Zealand, indigenous people offered a warrior's farewell. In America, black, white, Latino, Asian conservatives flooded social media with their support. A black commentator bluntly declared, "Democrats, you're cooked. Extra crispy, no batter. Sit out for 20 years. Man, I'm gonna go ahead and say it, dog. Hey, Democrats, man, y'all cooked, bro. I'm talking about, man, I be looking at my news feeds, man. I posted that out. Black and white conservatives coming together, man. Man, I had Asians coming in that thing, Latinos coming in that thing. I even think I seen like a Armenian American or Blur. Listen, man, cooked. Y'all cooked. Extra crispy. No batter. Y'all might want to just start all the way over, like just go ahead and sit out for these little 20 years. Let the people get back, back where they want to be and forget that y'all snakes. And then y'all try to sneak back in. But as of right now, the Latino community, Asian community, Black community, white community, Romanian community, dog, I had Filipino Americans in my inbox telling me they with it too. It's over. He wasn't joking. He was describing a shift. For decades, the left relied on minority votes as their monopoly. Now those same communities are questioning that loyalty. They are turning. They are rejecting the lies. Charlie Kirk's murder was meant to silence him. Instead, it amplified his message. At concerts like one by artist Gavin Adcock, crowds broke into spontaneous chants of his name. Applause. Jesus loves every single one of you in this place. In churches, the hymn God Be With You Till We Meet Again echoed during vigils on the streets of London. Chants of Christ is King reverberated into the night. In South Korea, a chants of unity declared, "We are Charlie Kirk." What was supposed to be an end became a beginning. What was supposed to be one voice silenced became countless voices rising. Even governments were forced to react. At the U.S. House of Representatives, a moment of silence was requested. Democrats booed, shouted no, and disrupted it. Lauren Boebert attempted to lead a prayer. The left heckled her. At the European Union Parliament, the request for silence was denied. Yet people stood anyway, refusing to bow to bureaucratic indifference. In Poland, representatives stopped and honored Kirk with a formal moment of silence, a gesture that spread across European headlines. It's a tribute for Charlie here. What side are you on? The world asked, with those who celebrate death or with those who honor life. Meanwhile, the hypocrisy of the Democratic Party and its allies was laid bare. Professors in the United States, corporate public relations figures, even one allegedly tied to Apple, celebrated online. MSNBC commentators mocked Kirk before his condition was even confirmed. This cruelty, this gleeful celebration of assassination forced millions of ordinary people to draw a line. They asked themselves, do I want to stand with those who cheer when a man is murdered for his speech? Or do I want to stand with those who believe in freedom, even if I don't agree with every word he said? The cracks in the Democratic Party's armor widened. Their so-called champions of diversity watched in horror as minority communities in America defied them. Latino influencers, Black podcasters, Asian American activists, Filipino Americans, all declaring, "We are with you." Videos of this unity went viral, gathering millions of views. The left panicked online. Their talking points collapsed under the weight of reality. Their accusations of racism no longer stuck when my warriors, Spanish Catholics, Korean demonstrators, and American minorities all stood in solidarity. The Democratic Party, already fractured by internal conflicts, found itself exposed. President Trump, whose legacy is corruption, deceit, and betrayal of working Americans, offered no leadership in this moment. He fumbled, he lied, and he spun. But people were no longer looking to him. They were not even looking to the Republican establishment. They were looking at themselves. And this terrified the left. A tide was turning, one not controlled by elites or party bosses, but by ordinary people who refused to be silenced. The Democratic Party is in crisis. Their monopoly on narrative is breaking. Their ability to shame conservatives into silence is collapsing. Their stronghold over minority voters is crumbling. And it all crystallized in the name of a man the establishment wanted forgotten. Instead, Charlie Kirk became immortalized, not as a saint, not as a flawless leader, but as a symbol that the people will not be silenced. This is why the rallies and vigils mattered, because they were not manufactured. They were not paid for by billionaires. They were spontaneous. They were organic. They spread like wildfire. From London to Seoul, from Madrid to Auckland, from New York to Warsaw, the message was the same. Freedom is under attack, and silence is not an option. The Democratic Party and their mouthpieces in the corporate media can sneer, they can mock, they can lie, but they cannot erase the images of millions filling the streets. They cannot erase the chants. They cannot erase the haka. They cannot erase the hymns. The irony is that the assassin wanted to stop a movement. Instead, he unleashed one. Now, there are countless Charlie Kirks, ordinary people standing up, speaking out, defending their right to free speech, defending their faith, refusing to bow. And the Democratic Party cannot stop it. They are collapsing. They are cooked, and they know it. We are anonymous. We expose what others hide. We do not bend to propaganda. We do not accept lies. Tonight, we revealed the truth. The Democratic Party is in crisis. Its foundation cracking, its monopoly gone. Millions across the world have risen not because of a party, not because of a politician, but because of an idea that freedom of speech, faith, and identity cannot be silenced by bullets or by propaganda. And,